Does the Nikon D6 help photographers stay competitive, or has the Canon 1DX Mark III left it far behind?
Delivering informative capability-based reviews and tutorials on camera gear, filming techniques, and content creation.
I wanted to publish a Nikon D6 video for some time, but there were no specs of any significance to report on. However, during the same time, I released 3 videos on the Canon 1DX Mark III. You see, Canon is getting aggressive, creating buzz in the press and on YouTube. 2 days ago though, under the cover of darkness, while not a single creature was stirring, Nikon quietly announced the D6, and people were shocked. The specifications were underwhelming and the camera was largely panned. Jared Polin summed up the D6 as highly disappointing. Matt Granger called it a flagship fail. Tony Northrup took the high road, but in the end he essentially said that the Canon 1DX offers superior capabilities in every category. Then there was Ria Puskas. He could not stop ranting about how bad it was. It was clear to him that this camera should have been more, and felt taken for granted as a Nikon customer. And I do understand that feeling. As a former Commodore Amiga user, I know what it is like to be let down year after year, product after product, before products fade into oblivion. And as a current Canon owner, the past 4 years have been anything but exciting. But what irritated me the most were those promotional ads from photographers stating that for sports, this camera is it. This is the holy grail. This is all we wanted. It can't get much better than this. Then later that day, Canon stunned the market with the 8K IBIS EOS R. The 1DX provides 5.5K RAW 10-bit 422 internal, unlimited buffer for JPEGs, 1000 image limit buffer for RAW and JPEG. The only way the D6 stunned the market was what amounts to a very minor upgrade to a 4-year-old camera that is priced at $6,500. Enough ranting though, let's get into it. I'll compare the Nikon D6 with its arch nemesis, the Canon 1DX Mark III, with special mention to the EOS R5, which was recently announced. The D6 has 50 fewer autofocus points covering a smaller frame area. At first, this sounds bad, and the D6 is getting ripped for this. While there are fewer autofocus points, Nikon claims that the focus points are more capable. They are able to detect contrast changes diagonally as well as horizontally and vertically. The Canon 1DX Mark III has 525 autofocus areas with 90 to 100% coverage in video. For photo, the 1DX has 191 cross-type autofocus points. Both cameras do very well in photo mode and both have very fast autofocus. In video, the Nikon D6 is no better than the D5. Live view in the D5 was useless, and the D6 has not seen any upgrades here. Canon is the clear winner of these two when it comes to video autofocus on normal and low light. Unfortunately, the Nikon D6 does not get eye detection autofocus. It actually doesn't get face detection either. That really shows you how little Nikon has put into the D6. Video capabilities have not been improved over the D5. The D5 video capabilities were criticized being inadequate. Video autofocus is terrible. Live view is awful. It's not reliable. Cameras a third the price can do much better. The D780 can do much better. The Z6 can do much better. 4K tops out at 30 frames a second with a staggering 1.5 times crop. In 1080, all we get is 60 frames per second. How much effort would it take to give customers 120 frames per second? The Canon 1DX Mark III can do 120 frames per second in 1080 without breaking a sweat. We're talking about 1080. The D6 is worse than the recently announced D780. I understand why Ria Puskas is so upset. The Canon 1DX can do 120 frames in 1080. It can do 60 frames in 4K with a 15% crop with autofocus. It can do 5.5K RAW 10-bit 422 internal. It has C-Log. The Nikon D6 is selling us 6-year-old technology for $6,500. I get a lot of photographers are complaining that these cameras are not meant for video. They're for photographers. Some get very angry about this. Sean Davies says, does anyone else not care about video? I just want to shoot. Make a good camera that does not shoot video and for less money. Leo says, what's up with everyone? They all rave about its video features, yet no one appears interested in its photographic properties. This is a photo camera in the first place and only secondarily a video camera. They don't see the need for video capabilities in a camera. They believe that we should all just get a camcorder. But today, most photographers do provide video to their customers. They demand it. It's required. The market for photos is shrinking while the market for videos is expanding. If you're just shooting photos, consider video capabilities as an opportunity to leverage additional income streams. The Nikon D6 costs the same as the 1DX Mark III, so instead of complaining about the D6, I should just go out and get a video camera to do video so I can spend another $2,000 to shoot videos for my clients? So wait a minute, I get to spend $8,500 when I could just spend $6,500 with Canon, and now I have more kit to take care of. Sure, in 1999, cameras just took photos, but today, photo-only cameras get panned and do not sell as well as hybrid cameras. Even Nikon stresses the importance of video in their marketing materials for the D6. Nikon understands video is important to the modern professional camera. They boldly claim that the D6 is up for the challenge when video content is part of the assignment. They state that the D6 has impressive video features. But someone from the marketing department should tell this to the product design managers. No matter how much we value impressive video capabilities, the primary use case for the D6 and the 1DX Mark III is high-speed, accurate, fast-action sports photography. These cameras are built to last. They are not only durable, but they're reliable, go-anywhere, in any condition cameras. Both have dual CF Express cards to handle raw speed. The Nikon D6 can move 14-bit images. Nikon states its buffer can handle 200 Jpeg files. But Canon's buffer can store an unlimited amount of Jpeg files without the buffer filling. It can even do 10-bit HEIF files. But this is a professional camera and we don't really care about Jpeg, do we? Why is Nikon not posting raw buffer performance information? The Canon 1DX Mark III can easily buffer up to 1,000 RAW and JPEG shots before filling. If the Nikon D6 can only shoot 200 JPEG images before filling, it's no wonder everybody is upset. For high-speed sports shooting, photographers want a camera that can keep up. What good is 14 frames a second if the buffer cannot keep up? Both Nikon and Canon provide excellent color accuracy. I'm not going to go get into a battle about which camera provides the best color science. Sure, there are subtle differences, but it's hard to find a camera these days at this price level that disappoint. Both perform well. However, neither cameras have IBIS. The message is clear. If you want IBIS, go with their mirrorless offerings. Neither company has announced a mirrorless version of their flagship camera, but Canon has come close with yesterday's announcement of the EOS R5. 8K video, IBIS, 14 frames mechanical, 20 frames electronic, and it's not even their flagship camera. Did you hear that, the D6? The R5, while light on details, is aiming very high, higher than anyone has gone before. RF lenses are getting excellent reviews and are innovative. The 1DX and the D6 lens mount is at its end of life. While both cameras have access to a deep inventory of lenses, all development on new lenses is going to the mirrorless mounts. Neither company is really lacking in the lens department, not in the pro lenses anyhow. The Nikon D6 primary use case is sports and fast action photography. That is where most of the praise or criticism should fall. A good scenario would be the 2020 Summer Olympics. The D5 does a great job in this scenario, and so the D6 will also perform well. But the competition does a great job too. The 1DX has both face detection and eye autofocus. It has a wider autofocus area. It has a buffer that can handle 1,000 RAW and JPEG files before filling up. The D6 can only handle 200 JPEG files before filling. Which one has more tools? Which one has a better probability of landing the shot? Which one would you trust to get the shot? For their last flagship DSLR, Canon is going out with a bang. Nikon is going out with a whimper. At least the D6 does a great job at producing good shots. For video, there's no 4K 60, no 1080, 120, there is no 10-bit 422. Better video specs can be had at 1/3 the price of the D6. I hear you, shooting video is not what this camera was designed for, agreed, but Nikon really has done nothing to improve the video capabilities over the D5, and that's disappointing. Clients are demanding video. Canon gave the 1DX very powerful video features. However, if you only need to shoot photos, then the D6 may give you what you need. If you do not need a huge buffer, the D6 may be for you. If you have a lot of Nikon lenses, the D6 is worth consideration. Nikon isn't aiming the D6 to anyone outside of Nikon's customer base. As I stated in this video, and this one, Nikon is in financial trouble. They are in more trouble than any other camera manufacturer. The lack of development was done on purpose. Put out another camera body to generate revenue. Spend very little on research and development to maximize profits to keep the company going while it commits fully to the Z system, or Z system. Unfortunately, Nikon spent so little on the D6 development that too few D5 owners are likely to pay for the upgrade. This strategy worked with the D780. Take the guts of the Z6 and make a DSLR version. With the D6, Nikon read the market wrong and underdeveloped the D6. The Canon 1Dx Mark III is a better camera in every way. It's a very good and capable video shooter. 10-bit 422 internal, 5.5K RAW, H.265 recording. The Canon 1Dx can shoot 14 frames mechanical. Yes, the same as the D6, but it can go up to 20 frames per second electronic, and has a huge buffer 5 times that of its predecessor, allowing it to record 1,000 RAW and Jpeg images before filling. The 1DX includes the 10-bit HEIF file format. Buy the D6 and you will likely feel the need to upgrade within 5 years. Buy the 1DX and you won't feel the need to upgrade for 10 years or more unless those RF lenses become appealing to you. I cannot recommend the Nikon D6 even to existing D5 owners. A camera priced at $6,500 should be much more capable. I hope the lack of development on the D6 means that every other remaining engineer at Nikon has been working tirelessly on a stunning mirrorless camera like Canon's R5 and the rumored R6. But I do not see innovation. The rumors are quiet when it comes to Nikon. The D780, which I reviewed last month, is a good DSLR. It's the mirrorless equivalent of the Z6, which was released a year earlier. The D780 is not innovative. It's a copy of the Z6, which was a copy of the competitors that came to the market several years earlier. The D6 is not innovative. The D6 is not even competitive. 2 cameras in 2 years that fail to excite. If you are considering the D6, wait until the camera has been released and has been extensively reviewed. Nikon, if you're listening, take an engineer and have them increase the buffer size to allow us to take advantage of the CF Express cards. This will greatly please your base. They can live without IBIS, but having a deep buffer really matters. You could also throw in face detection while you're at it. I'm not a Nikon owner, but the D6 saddens me. I really hate it when companies take yesterday's leftovers and package them up as though it's something special and then expect us to pay top dollar. That's how I felt about the Canon 80D, the EOS R and the RP when they came out. I really hope Nikon is working hard on its mirrorless camera equivalent, or this is the beginning of the end for Nikon's camera division. For Nikon to spend so little developing the D6 tells me that they're financially strapped. They merely provided minor software improvements. The LCD is only 1024 by 768. The sensor hasn't been upgraded. The camera does not deserve the D6 moniker. The upgrades, other than the CF Express cards, which cannot be used to their full potential, could have come in a firmware update. They are so cache negative that they couldn't even provide sufficient buffer capabilities or include basic video capabilities that have been on the market for several years. I asked my viewers which camera company they thought would be the first to merge or file for bankruptcy, and overwhelmingly, Nikon was chosen by 60%. When the vast majority of people feel a company is doomed, revenues begin to implode even further as potential customers stay away. Why buy a system if no one will be around to support or expand it? On Wednesday in this video, I boldly stated that Canon would be announcing the EOS R5 by midnight. I was right. I immediately released a video of the EOS R5 and provided my opinion of what I thought this meant to Canon and the market. Comment after comment from viewers showed that they were stunned. Up to the announcement, viewers were hopeful and unsure of what they would see. I have hundreds of viewer comments and they're all excited. They're happy about the future of Canon, happy to see innovation in photo and video capabilities. They're happy to see exciting new lenses. Compare this to comments from Nikon customers. They feel dejected, angry, feel taken advantage of. I understand how they feel because, as a Canon owner, I've felt that way pretty much since 2016. I hope Nikon has something exciting coming. coming. If Nikon cannot provide an answer to Canon or even Sony, it's game over in the consumer camera segment. If you are a D5 owner and your camera breaks, consider moving to Canon's 1Dx, or if you want to stay with your larger lens investment, just get another D5. They can be had for $5,500 new or used at $3,500. The Nikon D6 will be available at the end of April. The Canon 1Dx is available for purchase now. Both cameras are designed for people that shoot fast action photography that like to get the shot. They are durable, reliable, all-weather sealed bodies. These cameras are a staple for professional photographers and how they make their money. Neither is designed for the ordinary filmmaker. You would not enjoy carting this thing around with you as you travel. But I wanted you to see the different approaches these two companies are taking towards development. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I do review all comments and do my best to respond to as many of you as I can. But please, do me a favor. To support this channel, go ahead and punch that subscribe button, then click the bell icon followed by choosing all to receive notification of new videos as they come out.
Thank you for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. All equipment used and notes are placed in the description box, show more box, or down arrow thingy next to the title on the mobile app.